So welcome to the trade breakdown for today. Today was a loss. I lost 0.5% because so much a risk. We lost in the Telegram as well. This trade was shared in the Telegram. This is more or less, if we look at it, it's a very similar setup to yesterday. So if I mark out the time of open, 7 a.m., London Forex open, London Stock Exchange pre-market. In the pre-market, I saw this high being swept here. If we mark out this high, oops, saw a sweep here. Following that sweep, I seen it break a structure here to the downside. Okay, so you're with me. I'm already bearish quite clearly because I'll quickly show you why. Because on the weekly we've entered it now, but on the weekly we had this huge bearish fair value gap on the weekly. I was like, okay, we didn't quite reach all-time highs, so I'm thinking weekly fair value gap, all-time highs. That's the new game plan for this. And so that's where my final take profit was, just at the start of that fair value gap I just showed you. So yeah, I seen a break structure to downside. So I was like, sweet, break structure downside, cool. This looks excellent. So I was like, where were those orders filled? And the truth was today, it didn't really matter because the breaker block, if we mark it out, perfectly aligned with the order block. So we're both perfect in alignment in terms of I didn't really need to worry in which one was the orders filled. So I just dragged that across. I was like, cool, there's my entry, lines up with the fair value gap. And in terms of, I was looking for an entry that was obviously within the fair value gap. So that was the maximum. And within the area where orders were filled and in the fair value gap. So obviously I just put my entry at the start, put my stop loss at these candle close highs above it, because again, if it comes out with this area price I've just kind of highlighted, I don't really want to be in the trade anyway. I would just quite happily take my loss and move on to tomorrow. And yeah, my take profit one was at, if I remove, give me 1 second, and I remove this, I only had 2 TPs today. One was here, just more or less at this kind of mini swing low. And then obviously TP2 and the final take profit was going to be at the weekly fair value gap. In hindsight now, what could I have done? Well, I could have waited for price to come into that weekly fair value gap. So, because if we look now, we're waiting break structure to the upside. If we get another bullish candle here, we've actually swept this major low, weekly fair value gap. We have this breaker block here that if this creates a fair value gap, will hopefully be aligned with. My entry could have been here. Stop loss, obviously at the start of the breaker in this case. TP1 could have been maybe at the start of these inefficiencies. Could have been really as high as this high, just because obviously I'm super bullish. Long term, it was just short term today because I was targeting this weekly imbalance that I was bearish. TP2 could have been these highs. TP3 could have maybe been this order block up here. Again, I'm just sort of brainstorming here. That would have been a 10-1, which is really nice. I'm just going to leave that there in case it would have won, and we can maybe review it another time. Again, this is obviously not a trade I would take just now because we need another bullish candle and then a retracement. I'm just brainstorming. Another few brainstormed ideas here. This one doesn't look like it was going to come to entry. But on GU this morning, we obviously swept a bunch of lows, swept that. Broke structure to the upside. I was like, cool, where orders were filled. I seen in this fair value gap, we had this breaker maybe, which I thought, but then I was looking at this inverse fair value gap here on the 15 minute that lined up with this fair value gap, better entry. It doesn't look like it's going to come down to it now, but again, we'll leave it there as a practice in case. I am not taking these trades. I have taken my one trade for today. I am not taking these. These are just like practices on TradingView. Yeah, I lost my trade today. So stop loss would be at those candle close lows. Take profit, like one could obviously be these what are now basically equal highs. Take profit 2 could be this price gap. Take profit 3 could be like maybe this order block, or maybe this high, or maybe this order block. And then on GJ, If you look, there was actually a decent setup too, but obviously again also doesn't look like it's going to come temporary. Again, I'm not taking it though. Even if it does come temporary, I am not taking this trade. I have taken my one trade for today. I am happy. I am actually delighted. We swept this low and this low. We broke structure to the upside. I was like, cool. I was looking for sort of this mini order block prior to the breaker block. Then it lines up just with this fair value gap, if you can see. So basically at the base of this fair value gap, I would need that fair value gap to get filled. Stop loss will go at this low. Take profits would be, one would obviously be this high that was just made. Take profit 2 could be like here. Take profit 3 could be here. You can even have a TP4 up here and then with this high if you really wanted to. Gives you still a decent risk to reward in total. But yeah, that is more or less what I'm thinking. That is my trade breakdown for today. I did lose, but obviously we are still up mega on the week just because the risk to reward on yesterday's was so high. And again, it just shows you the sort of power of risk management, that it really doesn't matter how many you lose, it just matters that your winners sort of take care of you. But yeah, that is the trade breakdown for today. If you have any other questions, I answer questions in my free Discord. There's a free course coming out. I am yet to decide whether it's going to be on YouTube or just like private and in Discord for just members. But yeah, I teach people for free individually in Discord anyway, so you can join that free course coming out very shortly. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this trade breakdown.